Don't my lashes look great? Oh my gosh, like look at these lashes.
Moves on tuck, I know it's all up. Everything good, keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good. Know it's all.
What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sapphire here, back with another video. And for today's video, I thought we could do a chit chat, get ready with me, since we are coming to the end of 2024. Can you believe it? Because I cannot. And I'm going out today, so I thought let's have a chat whilst I do my makeup. So I've done my hair already, done this like crisscross situation and then a messy curly bun, and I think it looks quite cute. I've committed to it. We're gonna just make it work. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, it will really help you go out. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. All of the makeup products that I'm going to use, I will link them down below or put the names of them down below so you can obviously find them. I have my notes and I'm going to do this video in 3 parts. So the first part is going to be 2024 reflection, the second part is going to be 2025 goals, visions, all that jazz, and the third part is just going to be a little what I've learned from making YouTube videos. So if you're interested in a specific part, you can always skip to that part. I'll have chapters down below, but otherwise let's get into the video. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about 2024 and how it's been for me whilst I prep my face with this primer, because I need primer. Yeah, so let's talk about 2024. This year I didn't have any set goals, I just kind of winged it. One of my goals was to be consistent on YouTube. That was like a wishy-washy goal. I didn't say how many videos I wanted to post. I never specified, you know, what exactly I wanted to do. I kind of just said I want to be consistent on YouTube. And I think I've done quite well in that. Consistent is really hard when you don't know what you're being consistent for, if that makes sense. Like when you first start anything, you haven't got the results that you may want, and so when you are having to be consistent, you're kind of thinking to yourself, okay, I'm showing up and I'm getting, for example with YouTube, I'm showing up and I'm only getting 30 views, 50 views, 100 views, and it's like, who's watching my videos? But again, I had to keep reminding myself, when you start anything, you start off with nothing and then you work your way towards having that thing. So in my instance with YouTube, I start off with having really low amount of views, but the more you post, the more people find you, and the more people find you, the more people will subscribe and will watch your content, and then you will end up obviously having more views, and it's kind of like a cycle. But having the motivation to like post when you're not getting the result that you want is something that is a bit difficult, and that is, I think, a reason why consistency is an issue with people. Any progress is good. So every single time you make a video, or every single time you go to the gym, or every single time you do a lesson to learn a language, you are making some sort of progress, and that is better than not doing anything at all, especially if it's something that you really want to do. So that's something that's been in my mind, and that's what has been my drive for posting consistently, or trying to post consistently on YouTube. So I'm very happy about where I'm ending the year. The other goal that I had this year was my reading goal. I was trying to think, what was my other goal? It was my reading goal. So I set myself a reading goal last year, and unfortunately I didn't reach it, but it's because for a lot of months I didn't actually read anything. I kind of just would like go on a reading binge and read loads and loads and loads, and then not read for months and months. So it wasn't very consistent. Again, consistency. But this year I was quite good at reading throughout the year, so that has helped me to reach my reading goal, which was to read 24 books this year, and I've done that. And 24 books doesn't seem like a lot, but on average people probably read like maybe 4 or 5 books a year. So 24 books is actually a lot for someone who works full-time, doesn't always want to pick up a book and read, is addicted to watching YouTube videos, and gets distracted every 5 minutes. Like that is literally me. So reading 24 books is a big achievement. So yeah, this year I kind of only had 2 goals, but I achieved them. which is the most important thing. Another thing I would say that I'm kind of like reflecting on is that this year, I can say, hand on heart, I'm ending this year as happy and as grateful as I have ever been. I literally wake up and I just feel so happy, and there isn't anything driving that happiness. There isn't that I have my dream job, because I don't have my dream job, or I have loads of money. I don't have loads of money, or I have my dream car. There's nothing driving that except the fact that I just feel happy, and it's something that I really, really like. And I think a part of that is being able to see the joy in like small things in your life, like waking up and being like, today's gonna be a great day. That has helped me just be happy all the time. I've always been a happy person anyways, but I am especially happy and excited and just really positive when it comes to living life. I kind of wake up every day and I'm just like, oh, I'm just so happy to be alive. Like, oh, I'm just so happy to have a job. I'm very grateful for the life that I get to live. And I think that's, again, something that has helped. When you are happy and grateful and you see the positives and the beauty in the life that you are already living, then you just attract more positive, happy and grateful things. And that is something I've noticed that has happened for me. Every day when I wake up and I'm just like, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. I'm happy that I get to live the life I am. I'm happy for the people who have achieved the goals that I want set out for myself to achieve. I'm happy for those people. You know, positivity comes back to you, and what you put out into the world is what comes back to you. And even if you don't have all the things that you want, you need to be able to wake up and just appreciate what you have. And I think that's what's helped with me being happy. And sometimes my mum will be like to me, like, why are you so happy? And I'm just like, I don't know, I just feel happy. Yeah, that's basically my 2024 summary. If you are looking at this year and you are looking at your goals and you're looking at the things that you have achieved, and you have seen that you actually haven't achieved any of your goals, kind of like me, be grateful that you're alive. You're in good health. You have the ability to wake up on January the 1st and be like, right, I'm gonna achieve that goal this year. There's always another day. You can start whenever you want. There's always tomorrow. And that's, I guess, what has made me feel so positive about my future, is the idea that there is always tomorrow. Like, the world doesn't stop on December 31st if you haven't achieved everything you've set out to achieve. It will still continue and you'll be able to get those goals. So don't think about it too much. And when you see everyone posting their highlights, as Atta would say, be happy for them. We are happy for people who achieve their goals. We are happy for people who have the things that we want. We are not jealous, we are not envious, we are happy for them. And with that, let's move on to our 2025 goals. So for 2025, I decided to give myself a word that is going to be my word for 2025, and that word is discipline. One thing I lacked in 2024, 2023, to be honest, my whole life, is discipline. And it's not intentional. It's not something that I'm just like, I don't want to have any discipline, so I'm not going to do it. I actually find it hard to be very disciplined, and that's because I'm very impulsive and I'm very much like immediate gratification, immediate. And the, I guess, boost of serotonin or whatever you get when you do things immediately, I like the way that feels. And so I'm always going to buy that thing or going to do that thing or changing my job or whatever. So this year, my word of the year is discipline. And that's something that I want to enforce in all areas of my life. Discipline in terms of financially, so not wasting money on rubbish all the time. I'm gonna try and do a no spend January where I only buy necessities instead of buying loads of crap. And I know saying this, my mom's gonna be like, no spend, or Atta's gonna be like, no spend, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, no spend. And I'm gonna try not to buy anything for the whole of January. Fingers crossed I can do it. But again, discipline. And one thing someone told me, my friend Gressa, she was literally like, discipline is a choice. Like, you just have to wake up and say, I'm not gonna do this thing. And it's easier than it sounds, but it really is that simple. It is a choice. You have to just wake up and have the will to basically tell yourself no. And that's something that I haven't had in the past. But January going on forwards, That didn't even make sense. But from January, discipline. So that's my word of the year, and that is going to be embedded in all of my goals, because I have realized everything that I want to achieve in life is achievable, especially if I have discipline. So that's something that I'm going to focus. If I want to grow on YouTube, I need to be disciplined with saving. In order for you to get the things that you want, like you want to buy a house, you want to have a nice car, you have to have money. And to have money, you have to be disciplined in not buying every bag and shoe that you see on the internet. Again, health and fitness, being disciplined enough to not eat McDonald's, not eat chocolate cake, not have that Lotus Biscoff milkshake, and just say no, I'm doing it for my health, making short-term sacrifices in order to have long-term results and reach your goals. And with that goes into all of my goals. But so the first thing, like the first goal I have, is to be healthier. And I'm not gonna say losing weight, because when you attach something like weight loss to changing the way you do things, then when you've lost that weight, you're basically saying, okay, I'm done now and I'm gonna finish. And that's not what I want. I want to be healthier, and I want to be healthier in a way that what I put into my body and the things that I do is not going to harm me in the long run. And the older you get, one second, I'm just gotta knock the powder out. The older you get, the more your body is obviously aging and stuff, and you can't eat the things that you used to eat when you was younger, and you have to take care of it because it takes a toll on you when you get older. So one thing I want to do is be healthier, and in that it's to do with what I eat. So I want to eat healthier foods. I want to move my body in a way that's fun and enjoyable for me, but also is good for my heart, and it's good for my health, and it will help me to reach my goals in being a healthier way and all of those things. That's the first step. And I saw this video on Instagram, and it made me view like how we treat ourselves so different. And it was basically a man that was talking to, I don't know, he was talking to someone who's famous that I should know her name and I don't, but he was basically saying that the way that we treat ourselves is not how we would treat a child that we were given the responsibility to look after. So he basically said, like, in different words, but he basically said, like, God gave you this human and said, look after this human until it's the human's last days, and that human is you, and the way that you treat yourself is not how you would treat a child if you were to take care of a child, or if you were to take care of an elderly person. You're more gentle and you're more kinder to other people than you are to yourself. The way I'm saying it is not very good, but he was basically just saying that we are very harsh on ourselves and we are not kind to ourselves, and we don't think about the way that we treat ourselves and what we put in our body and how we speak to ourselves and how we interact with others and our thoughts and all of that stuff. And it's so true, because it put it into perspective that we don't do those things. Because if we were to look after a child, you would never say to a child, you look so ugly today, or you need to lose weight, or your life is crap. You wouldn't speak to a child like that, or you wouldn't speak to your grandma like that, you wouldn't speak to your mum like that. And I mean, I would hope you wouldn't speak to those people like that, but we speak to ourselves like that. And that is a problem. We are much kinder to those around us than we are to ourselves. It made me think about the way that I treat my body in terms of what I'm eating and what I'm putting inside it. Because again, like, if you were given the responsibility to look after a human, and someone said to you, this is a human being, you need to make sure this human is happy, healthy, and lives a great life, you would take that seriously, and you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, go have a McDonald's every single day or have chocolate every single day, because that's not healthy for that human being. And it's the same with ourselves. We need to view ourselves as we have been given a human to look after, which is ourselves, and we need to take that seriously in how we speak to ourselves and what we put in our bodies and what we take in terms of what we watch and what we listen to and who we surround ourselves with. These are all things that are really important. And in, you know, 2025, even from this moment onwards, like from when I saw that video, I'm very much thinking about that a bit more, because it's true. We do not take ourselves seriously, and we really should. So one of my goals is to be healthier in 2025. The next goal I have is to save some money. So I'm gonna give myself like a financial savings goal, and my goal is to save that amount every single month. I'm not very good with saving money, and that's something I know. So I'm gonna set myself challenges that will help me with saving money. For example, having a week where I don't buy any takeaways, which is gonna help with my being healthier goals anyways. Also having a no spend month and things like that, and asking myself before I buy stuff, do I actually need that thing? Because if the answer is no, then close the tab. And I've actually been doing that already. Like, I've kind of been saying to myself, do I need that thing? If the answer is no, I've closed the tab. And there is a girl on YouTube called Faye Bate, and she's a NHS doctor, and she basically made a video, and it was, I can't remember what the purpose of the video was, but in the video she said, I need to stop saying basically, but in the video she said that to help with her impulsiveness when it comes to spending, which is the issue I have, she said every time you want something, write it down in your notes app, put the price, put the item, put the link, and at the end of the month, look at all of the things that you've written down. Ask yourself, do you still want those things? Do you still need those things? And then take the total of all of those things, half it, and that could be your budget for next month to buy what you need or want. And that's what I'm gonna be doing, except I'm giving myself a limit, because sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh, I want a Louis Vuitton bag. Be for real. I'm not getting a Louis Vuitton bag. Like, that's not happening. So one of the things that I'm gonna do is obviously give myself a limit, but the idea of it is really good. So every time I've wanted something, I've put it in my notes app, and I've started doing this already. I've put it in my notes app and I've written down the price, and at the end of the month I'm gonna add it all up, and I'm gonna see how much all of these things cost, and then I'm gonna literally judge myself and be like, Sapphire, be for real, like, you are actually crazy. The amount of things that go through my head that I'm like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. You see it on social media and you want it, but you don't really need it. And that's one thing that I'm going to start doing, and that will help me with saving and help me with my financial goals, because I'm the person that sees something, be like, I want it, I need it, and buy it. But now we're gonna take a beat, because when you go back and you look at it, you're like, actually, I don't even need that thing. And it's true. So that's one thing I'm going to be doing. The next thing I want to do is I want to learn a new skill and get a new hobby. And I've been saying for a long time I want to do taekwondo. Why taekwondo? I don't know. I just woke up one day and said I want to do taekwondo, and I still want to do taekwondo. I've said it for a very long time. I think for like almost a year I've been saying I want to do it. So I'm going to look at my schedule, and I'm going to go find some taekwondo classes, and I'm going to go and start doing taekwondo, because why not? So that's something that I want to do. And when it comes to learning a new skill, obviously we all know Duolingo. I have Duolingo, and I've been doing French on there. Obviously you're not going to be fluent from doing Duolingo, but it's something that's really fun, and learning a new language is something I'm interested in as well. So that's another thing that I've been doing. So my goal for next year is to pick up a new hobby, learn a new skill. I want to also go on like Skillshare and subscribe to Skillshare and learn about video editing and storytelling and things like that, because Skillshare has so much different things to offer that we can watch. The next one is my reading goals. So my reading goal for next year is to read 36 books in a year, which is 3 books a month. Considering I'm a part of a book club, so me and my 2 friends, we have a book club, that is already 1 book a month that I have to read. So I just have to read 2 more books on top of that. And I'm going to split it like that, in saying that I need to read 3 books a month, because I will set a reading goal of 36 books, and then what I will do is in 1 month I'll read like 10 books so that I can reach that goal. But I'm saying 36 books a year with 3 books a month being my target. There's not much I want to say about that. I do want to read some non-fiction books. I want to read some books that are out of my comfort zone, which is good, because in my book club books are being recommended that are not books I'd usually pick up, and it's opening my eyes to new genres, new authors and things like that. So I really like that. So that is my next goal. And then my last goal I've written down is language goals. Like, I want to learn a new language, which is French. I'm currently, you know, doing that, and we'll see how far I get. You know, who knows, I might come and do a what I've learned in French video. But I do want to learn a language because I can only speak English. I did GCSE Spanish, which was great, but your girl cannot speak Spanish. Obviously I could always ask my friend to teach me because she can speak Spanish, and I'm sure she will teach me, or I can ask Atta to teach me how to speak tree, because that's also another language that I feel like I should learn, because he can speak it and I cannot. And yeah, I sometimes ask him to say things to me and I try to figure out what he's saying. So language goals, I want to learn a new language. I can't just be a basic one language speaking girl, you know, that's not good enough for me. So that's my last goal. So that then brings us to our last topic of the day, which is what I've learned from making YouTube videos, being on YouTube, etc, etc. So while my face is drying, we could talk about what YouTube has taught me. So what making videos on YouTube, being on YouTube, watching other people's videos on YouTube, all of that stuff, what that has taught me. The first thing, and I've said this in a previous video, is comparison is the thief of joy. Comparing yourself to someone else, their journey, their success, all of that, it will take away from your own joy. And it's something that we need to kind of refrain and not do. I know it's difficult when you see someone who started a channel after you and they have more subscribers than you, or you see someone who started, I don't know, whatever journey is after you, and they've reached their goals and you haven't. It's easy to say, well, why have they done it when we're doing the same thing, or, you know, it's not fair, or whatever. Why is it not me? And question it. But that's something that you cannot do, especially when it comes to making like content on YouTube. Comparing yourself to other creators is just not it. Like, YouTube has an algorithm. There is just so many factors that go into people's success. Some people are doing crazy work behind the scenes. You don't know how many times they made their channels, their videos, how many flops they've been through. Like, there's just so many things that you have to consider, and that also applies to other areas, is that there's just so much to consider. So you cannot just sit there and say like, why have they done XYZ, or why have they achieved something when we've both been doing the same thing and I haven't achieved that. So the next thing that I've learned is slow progress is still progress. So again, I've been on YouTube for 2 years. I think it's coming up to like next year will be 3 years, and I still haven't hit 1,000 subscribers. But I screenshot how many subscribers I have at the beginning of each month, because I've realized that you don't realize the progress you're making until you look back at where you began. So when I first started YouTube, I had only 50 subscribers, and now I have 860 at this moment in time. And I will say I'm very proud of where I've come from. Like, I don't have a following on any social media platform. Like, I do not have a TikTok following, I do not have an Instagram following, I do not have a Twitter following. I'm literally starting from scratch, and I am making content and I'm putting it on YouTube with the hopes that people will watch it and they will like it. And with that, some people have subscribed, some people have unsubscribed. Some of my videos have done really well, some of my videos have flopped. But with every single video, I'm still making progress, and I'm going closer and closer towards my goals. So whatever you are doing, I would say definitely take progress pics. So whether that's you working out in the gym, your starting point, take a pic, note it down, make a note of it somewhere, and as you are going, always go back to that starting point to see how far you've come, because you will see that you are making some kind of progress. You just don't realize that you're making progress because it's so slow. And it's a bit like when you look at something every single day, you don't notice the changes, but when you look back at a photo, or you look back at where you've come from, you will see all the hard work and effort that you've put in was not done all in vain. So one of the major things is slow progress is still progress, and that's something that has helped with my YouTube journey, but also just outside, like whatever I'm doing. Small little tiny changes, small little tiny steps will still get me to my goal. It might take longer, but I'll get there nonetheless. And you know, there's always tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. So we have time to reach our goals. The next thing is perseverance is key. That is something I've learned on YouTube, because when your video flops, oh, you want to quit, you want to give up, you want to be like, do you know what, forget it, I'm not doing it. When you put in so much effort into something and you think it's great and it doesn't work out to be what you want it to be, and you don't have the results that you want, you literally think like, forget this, I'm gonna do something else. But you have to know perseverance is key, because all it takes is one video, one person to give you an opportunity, and if you give up now, you'll never put yourself in that position to get that one thing. The next thing, I actually saw this on a quote on Instagram, and you know what? It makes sense. So the next thing is, it was basically a quote that said, to go where God is taking you, you have to not care what people think. And that is true, because again, with making YouTube, people will be like, oh, look at her, she's making videos and no one's watching them, and people might judge you, people might laugh at you, people might make horrible comments about what you're doing or make fun of what you're doing or whatever it is. But you have to just drown out the noise and just do what you want. People may not understand what you're doing now, but when you get to your goal and when you get to where you want to get to, oh, they'll understand. So ignore them, because who cares? Who cares what they think? This is your life, and this is the life that you have to wake up and live every single day. So one thing I've learned is to just ignore people, you know? And it's the same with everything in your life. People will say things, and usually the people who are talking are the people who want to do what you're doing or have the courage to do something like what you're doing, and they don't have the courage to do it themselves. So they're trying to put someone else down that does have the courage to do what they want to do. And that's another reason why you don't listen to them. Anyways, I have no idea what I was saying, because my mom just called me and the rant is over. But yeah, the fourth thing that I learned was to go where God is taking you. You have to not care what people think. And the last thing I've learned from making YouTube videos, because I can say I actually enjoy making videos now, is have fun with whatever it is that you're doing, and the success, the money, whatever it is that you want will come. If you enjoy what you're doing, that will translate through your work, and the result that you want will come. So when only 50 people watch my video, I don't care, because I had fun making it. And whatever it is that you do in your life, have fun doing it, and the result that you want will come in the end. And that's basically it. And that takes us to the end of this video. I literally just need to do my lips, and then I'm ready to go with an hour to spare. So for my lips, I have chestnut liner, Honey Love lipstick, which looks like this, and I have some L'Oreal lip gloss in Soar. And this is basically my lip products. I'm not going to show you them now, because I'm not putting, actually I might put Fenty gloss on instead of the L'Oreal one, because they're similar colour, but I prefer Fenty. I'm going to do that at the end, and when I'm ready I will show you what I look like. But this is my face right now. Oh, you can't really see me. This is what my face looks like right now. Don't my lashes look great? Oh my gosh, like look at these lashes. They're literally my real lashes. And all I used was Fenty mascara and Refy. And I'm telling you, those two together, amazing. Literally look at my lashes. Crazy. But this is my makeup and my hair. And I will show you the final look once I've gotten dressed and I'm like ready and everything. I'll show you what I look like. If you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me, and thank you again. So let me go get ready now and I'll show you the final look.